Hi everyone, welcome to the 2020-2021 school year. I am Michelle Lawhorn. I am your secondary math facilitator, and this is my picture here in the corner. So if you see me out and about anywhere, say hello. We are going to talk today about a few changes to the secondary math curriculum for the new school year. And the very first thing I have to tell you about is super exciting news for 6th grade math. When you arrived on your campus, hopefully you found some boxes filled with new materials. These are things that we will be using in previews throughout the year, practicing some different activities to hopefully help math come alive for our 6th grade math students. Kristen has already sent you an invitation to drive past Pat May on Friday to pick up a couple more bins to store everything in. When you do that, we will also be giving you a paper copy of this list so you can go through and check off and make sure you have everything. If something doesn't seem quite right, be sure to let us know. Now, a great big thank you goes out to Dr. Mary Morris and the Federal Programs Department for providing all of these materials for us. They are the ones who purchased everything for all of the 6th grade math classrooms across the district. So we are just very appreciative of Dr. Mary Morris and her support of our math department. Now, there are two sets of changes that we will be talking about today. The first one is the conversion to Google. You may have seen some of your colleagues in other content areas or in K-5 math who have been using Google already, but this is the first year that secondary math is in Google. And that means that you'll have a new path, a new way to get there. I'll show you that. It means that some things are in a new format. Now, you still have everything that you've always had, but it might be in a different place or it might be organized differently. So I'll show you how to find everything. We have also included a few new things. And so we'll talk about that. These are going to provide more TEKS-based support. The daily lessons will now be guided by the TEKS rather than by a textbook. We will continue to provide those common formative assessments like we did last year. So you're familiar with them. We have revised them based on feedback from last year, so hopefully they will be even more useful this year. And finally, we are also providing some TEKS-based summative assessments with review this year. So those are all the new things that we'll be going over. The very first thing, though, is what's happening today. You should have 3 short videos to watch. The first one is this introduction plus the conversion to Google. The second video will be about that TEKS-based support in your daily lessons. And the third video will be about the TEKS-based support and the assessments. So please do watch all 3 videos. They all have important information for you. But let's go ahead and finish up video 1 by looking at our new path to our curriculum. Here is a sample class link page. You're probably familiar with a button called HEB Curriculum. Well, right now you should have 2 buttons. First, there's the old one that just says HEB Curriculum, and then there should be a new button, New HEB Curriculum, and that is what we are going to use to access, of course, the new curriculum. So let's take a look. This is my class link. I will click on New HEB Curriculum. And here we are. Now, this is where you want to be careful in 6th grade. You might automatically go to elementary subjects. But if you do that and click on math, you'll be in K-5 math. That is not us. So make sure you click on secondary subjects and choose math. And here is 6th grade. When you go into that, you'll find the on-level math and the pre-AP math. So let's take a quick look at on-level. All right, here's where all of our stuff is going to be. The district testing button and the STAR resources button are both still under construction. We'll get those up and running pretty soon. But scope and sequence is ready to go. So when you click on that, of course, your scope and sequence will come up. And it probably looks very familiar. It's very much like the old scope and sequence. There are a few changes that we will look at in video 2. And then the curriculum units by 6 weeks. Here we have the first 6 weeks, and during the first 6 weeks we will be covering these 3 units. In the second 6 weeks we're going to finish Unit 3 and then move on to these other 2 units. And this is really the same organizational structure that we used in the previous curriculum. So it's really still organized the same way, it just looks a little bit different, and I think that'll make it a pretty easy transition for most of us to switch from the old style to the new style curriculum. So that's it. That is how you get to the new curriculum these days. It's pretty simple and it's nice and colorful. So meet me back for video 2 when we will be talking about the changes to the daily lessons in our curriculum.